And yet another hour into our 10 o'clock bulletin. My name is Patricia Nkoma Mpango, and Yusuf Senyamo is already here with us on sign language. Let's delve straight into the bulletin. President Museveni has met with opposition leaders from Acholi, with both sides agreeing to put aside political differences and work together to tackle poverty and drive socio-economic transformation in the sub-region. The meeting marked a turning point as the members of parliament representing different political affiliations expressed their commitment to collaborating with the government for the betterment of Acholi. During the meeting at State House in Entebbe, President Museveni reflected on Uganda's historical challenges, emphasizing that unity and sharing the vision are essential for sustainable development. President Museveni also stressed the roots of the country's political instability back to 1961, which is not the case currently. Under the NRM government, he pointed out that the first mistake was made by the Uganda People's Congress when it misled the Buganda Kingdom leadership by making promises that fueled tribal political instead of promoting national unity. The opposition leaders, led by Honorable Okeno Jara, the Member of Parliament for Chua West County and the member of the Forum for Democratic Change, FDC, while presenting their memorandum, emphasized their commitment to putting aside political differences and working collectively for the betterment of Acholi sub-region. Now, into the Ministry of Education. The Minister for Education and Sports, Janet Museveni, has stressed the need for higher education institutions to urgently review their respective curriculum to be able to accommodate students taught under the comprehensive best curriculum. She was officiating at the release of the examinations at State House, Nakasero, Kampala. At least 99% of the candidates who sat for the Uganda Advanced Certificate of Education examinations reportedly qualified for the award of certificate, with 65.5% qualifying for admission to university and 86.2% for tertiary institutions.
Yes.
Uganda National Examinations Board and Ministry of Education and Sports have released the 2024 Uganda Advanced Certificate of Education examinations. According to the results, candidates who appeared for the examinations were 140,888 compared to 109,486 who sat in 2023, registering an increase in candidature of 31,402, that is 28.7%. The Minister for Education and Sports, Janet Museveni, said it is important that the increase in candidature is scientifically and logically explained to enable government to know the good efforts that need to be made better and also do away with investments that are of little to no value in secondary education. She urged higher education institutions to review their respective curricula for initial teaching and learning now that the A-level curriculum has been aligned to the lower secondary curriculum by making it competency-based.
Mismatch where universities continue to graduate teachers who cannot utilize competence-based and learner-centered curricula is undesirable. Therefore, for this mismatch to be cured in the universities and higher education institutions, the academic staff who train the teachers must also realign their learning delivery methods to become competence-based and learner-centered. You have heard the Executive Director of UNEP say that the 2024 UACE examination revealed that learners struggled with relating the concepts they are learning in sciences with what happens in the students' everyday life. This problem was not only observed in the science subjects, but also the humanities, such as economics and entrepreneurship. These shortcomings that UNEP has ably pointed out are exactly what the government is attempting to cure by embarking on reforms in the teaching profession and curricula for secondary education. In other words, curricular reforms that the Ministry of Education and Sports introduced at O-level in 2020 have a direct effect on the curricula used in higher education to train students pursuing a career in the teaching profession in Uganda.
Results indicate that female candidates performed proportionally better than their male counterparts. Their percentage passes at upper levels, Principal Pass 3 and 2, are higher. The performance in large entry principal level subjects indicate that at Principal Pass level A to E, there is improvements in economics, literature in English, physics and biology.
When we look at history, for females, at least 7.9% got A. This compares to 7.0 for the males. And overall, those that got principal passes, for females, we have 93.3 against 90.2 for the males. History, for instance, 7.5% of all the candidates got A. And then 91.9% of the candidates passed with a principal pass, E and above. And then if you take those that also passed with a subsidiary level pass, we have a pass rate of 98.7. In history, for example, inadequate critical thinking skills limited the candidate's ability to analyze historical views. The National Constitution is a major reference material in one of the papers in the subject of history. And the candidates who offered this paper exhibited very limited exposure to the Constitution.
The Executive Director, Uganda National Examinations Board, Daniel Dong, says a very high percentage of candidates qualified for the award of the UACE certificate, just as was in 2023. Under the current regulations, a candidate requires a subsidiary level pass in a principal level subject to qualify. The
4-level passes as a minimum requirement. And Mama, if this consideration is maintained, 92,273 or 65.5% will qualify to be admitted, compared to 80,816, that is 73.8% in 2023. The pass levels are considered, Mama, for admission to other tertiary institutions. Then we have 121,506 or 86.2% of our candidates who will qualify for admission.
The chairperson, Uganda National Examinations Board, Professor Celestino Obua, said although the numbers of candidates offering STEM subjects has continued to increase, the numbers are still below those offering humanities. Yet sciences are needed to spur Uganda's technological progress.
Efforts must therefore be made to increase the numbers of students offering mathematics and sciences to create the pool from which tertiary institutions can select students for the various science programs. One of the ways, Mama, is to continue to improve on the pass levels, which is being implemented by improving adequacy of science teaching and learning materials in many of our schools.
Our children now know and are quite involved. So that's why we see this trend that is coming up and continuing. Nonetheless, we still recognize that there is still room for improvement in learner performance, in sciences and mathematics. Best practices in STEM education point us to the fact that the way sciences and mathematics are taught needs to change. This change starts with a teacher changing his or her attitude toward STEM and how it ought to be taught.
According to UNEP, cases of malpractice have remained low at this level, and in this exam, cases were reported from 38 centres out of the 2,255 centres. Some of the observations from examiners include poor syllabus coverage, which was evidenced by poor responses to questions from several topics by candidates from many centres. Geography is one of the subjects with a decline in performance. I'm Nafka Farida and Abduna Silwama in Kampala.
Now, schools and students who sat for the 2024 UACE examinations that were released early this Friday are celebrating their success. SETA schools are among those that excelled. Let's hear more in this report.
At Atlas High School, Gayaza, out of 127 students who sat for the UACE, 2 got 20 points and the rest got 18 and 19.
Really grateful to God, number one. I'm so indebted and grateful to the teachers, to the students, and to the parents.
Us, the best student got 20 points, that is BCM, and we got also for 19 to PCM. We thank God so much and the administration.
I managed to get 18 points. I was doing PCM, and that was all because of the efforts of our teacher.
At Light College and Secondary Schools, Bulenga, the best candidates were cherished by fellow students.
Scored 19 points. I left one. I also don't know why. First of all, I want to thank my parents, the director, Mr. Mbuga, also the teachers, my friends.
I thank my dad so much because he has done a lot. He has managed to pay for me school fees. He has done everything. He has been there in each and every condition, each and every situation, to reach an extent that I even got an accident on Northern Bypass, and he still managed to treat me, and then afterwards all the money he had to spend, he had to still bring me back to school and catch up with the other students.
The school's head teacher, Nasa Katumba, implored the school's director for providing all the necessary equipment needed.
Thank the director who has been there for us. The director has indeed facilitated the study programs in the school, and that is why we have performed this good. I thank the stakeholders. I thank the students who were determined. The students put in a lot of effort to ensure that they score the way they have scored at this moment.
At St. Chisto High School, Namugongo, the headmaster Ezekiel Kazwe attributed the great performance of the students in the UACE exams to the advancements of research and innovations.
Attribute the great performance to the discipline of our students. We instill a lot of discipline and hard work into them. The other factor is we encourage innovation and creativity in St. Kizito. With innovation and creativity, it instills a sense of research, and this has been behind the success of these students.
Offering divinity, entrepreneurship, geography. I got 18 A in Ent, BB, geography and divinity.
A lawyer or a business administrator. Although I really love it from childhood, I really love it and I really like the people who are in that field. Then for business administration, I've been running my mother's business since COVID.
At Nsambia Hillside Western Campus in Mbara City, where over 20 students sat for the UACE examinations, they all passed with flying colors. The school's head teacher, Nakamia Jamil, has attributed the success to God, teachers and parents.
Thank you, my students of last year, senior 6. You have been so cooperative, academically oriented. Again, you have really made us have wonderful grades this time again. Thank you so much.
We have passed so highly, as we've always been doing. We concentrated on our books, we studied, we struggled, we had endless preps, we read our books so very hard. Our school has been performing very well.
Grateful for this opportunity. Like we have excelled in Nsambia Hillside. We have been able to have a good performance. I'm so happy for my teachers. I'm happy for everyone that has been a part of my journey. I'm so grateful.
Kagadi District Aided School celebrated success after over 200 candidates scored more than 15 points, with the best getting 18 points.
The respect that I had towards my teachers and all students. Discipline, concentration, towards my teachers, especially research. Another thing that enabled me to succeed, it was only God.
I happened to get 17 points from a combination of gear, strokes and maths. I had a C in geography, an A in entrepreneurship, and a B in agriculture.
In my life, I like joining police, and all in all, I want to thank my parents.
Munonga okumuteekamu esente kandi ninterera abazaire kutukuteekamu abandi esente kitukubatamu nikyo kikurugamu wenu Ruhanga yebale atwire embabazi za Ruhanga akozire kurungi kandi ndiyo nimutebenkaniza.
One of the factors that has led to this performance is team teaching at this school and encouraging our runners to do very well.
Relatedly, at Hilton High School Mukono, the community gathered to celebrate the remarkable success of their students in the UACE 2024 exams. Head teacher Katimbo Gordon expressed his gratitude to the teachers, parents and students for their dedication and hard work.
We want to glorify God as always. He has again made it for us. Last year, Hilton High School presented 131 candidates at UACE, and all of them have made it because they have what it takes to join any university with the principal passes. That we want to thank God. In a special way, I want to thank our teachers, the teachers for the work they did. The teachers at Hilton have a special touch. When they handle a child, we handle a child like our own and bring them closer to us so that we make them understand each and everything.
Katimbo explained the evolving UACE standards, emphasizing that the best students must now score a perfect 20 points.
Even when one is weak, and the teachers here at Hilton have a way of connecting and bringing them closer. Of course, you appreciate their weakness, but encourage them. And so, that is the reason why Hilton High School always makes it. We have devotional services every day. The fear of God, of course, makes us shine. And no wonder it is always the same story.
Hilton High School celebrated 3 candidates who scored the perfect 20 points.
My name is Nangalama Andrew. I was doing BCM, Stroke ICT. I managed to scoop 20 points, and it was all due to hard work and God.
And the teachers around who are very good. Hilton High School has a very good environment.
Originally and actually basically my performance is God-given. The results I got, I personally wasn't expecting them, but it's God's plan. It's what He had for me, so I believe I will always just look out for each and everything He has for me, and I just stick to that.
I wouldn't know that a girl would score a maximum point. Actually, this gives me a lot of confidence, a girl. It shows me that I can do much more.
The school's success, along with the notable performance of Mpoma Girls School in Mukono, highlights the region's growing excellence in education, where both girls and boys continue to achieve in all fields.
We would like to thank God. Our performance was incredibly great. Our girls did it again, scoring exceptional performance, more so in the science subjects. We are happy with straight A's in technical drawing, mathematics, physics. We were very happy. The girls are celebrating. This is us, Mpoma Girls.
Chris Wire, the head teacher at Mpoma Girls School, explained how the girls had performed well in science subjects.
The girls prepared. They did. The teachers did their part. The parents did their part. And the girls did their part. They didn't disappoint. Here we are celebrating a trinity. That trinity between the parent, the student, and the teacher. We are seeing synergy here. Excellent synergy. And I'm not surprised with the result. Now when we bring in the blessing of God, because God reigns here in Mpoma School, we can't be disappointed.
Mengo Senior School also registered better grades, with 20 students scoring 20 points.
You know, we reached a time when me and my colleagues we are feeling this fear, especially after war concerts. I want to be very sincere and open. After war concerts, we are worried. I remember when we presented this matter in SAT, but the reactions which came out of SAT gave us the energy more extra effort to be by the side of these runners so that we play.
The school chaplain, Canon Lovin Sachwanuka, noted that they have a reason to celebrate.
So we praise the Lord and glorify Jesus Christ for our dear children, senior 6 members, senior school 2024. 2024 year.
At Makerere College School, they have been able to get 9 students with 20 points.
I thank God for Makerere College School, for I've learned a lot from this school. I joined Makerere College School in Senior 1, and I thank God that I've grown.
I got 19 points in PCM. I'm so happy. I really thank the Lord.
I've completed my Form 6 last year, and I got 20 points in PCB. Yeah, what I can say is that hard work really works, because
and by God's grace I was able to get 20 points in PCM. And
the deputy headmaster in charge of curriculum explained the cause of their success.
Our candidates performed extremely well, and we've just concluded meetings with parents who are here to appreciate what the school has put in. So we are happy, and we are in that mood of celebration.
Street issues are my target. We are what? Unstoppable. We are what? Unstoppable. I'm in a plantation, but on a global mission. Internet ambition, full condition. We are what? Unstoppable. We are what? Unstoppable. Oro cash is gone. Netagayo karoni. Liga mukafoni. Money in the zone. We are what? Unstoppable. We are what? Unstoppable. We are good.
With you and MTN together, our ambition is unstoppable.
We are what? Unstoppable!
Amazina ganje Ninyetekwa Seruhanga John Bosco Ninduga mu district ya Rukungiri, ndio muhanguzi wa miliyoni 16 na Uganda National Rotary. Nzahangwire urwo mu kuzana star 278 hash ngafuna message erikweka mu muhanguzi nashemererwa konka nabaza kugira ngo neri y'abafere sente ziriyo zona bakaziteka ko nazihangwire.
Uganda National Lottery. Dream, play, win.
Participants must be 18 years or older. Play responsibly. The Uganda National Lottery is operated by Ituba Uganda and regulated by the National Lotteries and Gaming Regulatory Board.
Agriculture is Uganda's economic backbone, employing about 70% of the working population and contributing 20% of the GDP. As the world becomes a digital global village, ICT has proven to increase productivity in the agricultural value chain. UACE, through its Strategic Plan 3, recognizes the importance of access and usage of ICT-based tools information, and knowledge for farmers by providing them the needed skills to live, learn, work, and participate in a digital society.
We came up with a project which we took to UCSAF, and we're happy that UCSAF supported it. That project is called ICT for Farmers. What do we get from ICT for Farmers? We managed to skill up to 100,000 farmers.
Now, into our next segment, the NRM Parliamentary Caucus has resolved to support deployment of UPDF in South Sudan as a peace intervention. While addressing the immediate parliament, the government chief whip Hamson Oboa clarified that the deployment being tackled about peace enforcement on peacekeeping. He also emphasized that under the Constitution, Parliament has mandate to make laws to regulate the deployment of UPDF.
Members of the NRM Parliamentary Caucus, recognizing Uganda's historical commitment to patriotism, nationalism, and Pan-Africanism in the pursuit of national security and regional stability, acknowledging Uganda's long-standing role in safeguarding the lives and property of Ugandans and Africans at large through strategic military interventions in various countries across the continent, mindful of the recent appeal by His Excellency Salva Kiir, President of the Republic of South Sudan, to His Excellency General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, President of the Republic of Uganda and Commander-in-Chief of the Uganda People's Defense Forces, for urgent support following the outbreak of conflict in South Sudan. Appreciating Uganda's prompt and strategic response to deploy the UPDF in the spirit of brotherhood, solidarity, security of Uganda, and the economy. Recognizing the shared historical and regional ties between Uganda and South Sudan. Affirming that the deployment of the UPDF is in line with Uganda's constitution and the UPDF Act. The NRM Parliamentary Caucus hereby resolves as follows. 1. To support the deployment of the UPDF in South Sudan as a necessary intervention for peace enforcement to protect lives, restore stability, and prevent further escalation of conflict. 2. To support the proposal for parliamentary approval of the deployment of UPDF in accordance with Uganda's constitution and the UPDF Act. Section 39(2) says, deployment of troops for purposes of peacekeeping shall be done with the approval of Parliament. In our resolution, it is crystal clear that the deployment is not for peacekeeping. The deployment is peace enforcement. The clarity in the law is, for purposes of peacekeeping, you need prior approval of Parliament. But for purposes of peace enforcement, which is the case of our recent deployment to South Sudan, you do not require prior. You can deploy and come for parliamentary approval retrospectively.
The Minister of Security, who is also the Member of Parliament for Rujumbura County, Major Jim Muhweze, says Rukungiri district has been one of the beneficiaries and the most of government projects. He says most of the key projects, including PDM, Emyoga, new roads, water points and sanitation facilities, have all been aimed at driving economic growth and reducing poverty in the region. He was officiating a baraza in Rujumbura County, Rukungiri district.
Rukungiri district is one of the districts that have benefited from key wealth creation projects like the PDM, Emyoga, New Roads Network, water points and sanitation facilities.
Some improved their agricultural products like banana plantations, coffee plantations, and some tried to rear some hens.
Well, we do apologize for that technical glitch, but we will be bringing back that story in a subsequent bulletin. Now, the Deputy IGG, Dr. Patricia Acholi, has urged women from the African member states to resort to prayer and intercession to address corruption and other injustices that limit service delivery to citizens. Acholi made the remarks at a flag-off of members of Remnant Mothers Global Mission to Kigali for a 3-day trip to launch the Rwanda-based mission.
Remnant Mothers Global Mission, comprised of people who remain loyal to God despite challenges, was formed in 2015 with an agenda of empowering women and particularly mothers and young mothers spiritually, mentally and economically. The faith-based mission group, which also operates in Kenya and Tanzania, is dedicated to restoring God's glory through prayer, skill-building workshops, financial literacy training, and conferences. They have embarked on spreading wings to Rwanda and organized a 3-day trip to Rwanda to launch Remnant Mothers Global Mission in Rwanda. During the flagging off of 45 members, the Deputy IGG, Dr. Patricia Acholi, reminded them to always put trust in God in whatever they do.
That they may remain exemplary praying mothers, because the power of a praying mother has significant impact. And the Bible says in righteousness we shall be established. So as they establish themselves with the word of God, they will go out and have impact.
Dr. Acholi furthermore urged the members of the East African community to seek God's intercession to break the bondage of corruption.
I have been talking about integrity, ambassadors of integrity. They live by the values they preach about. So they are significant in the fight against corruption, because when we have that mindset change arising from the work of the Remnant Mothers, people will begin to value their country. People will begin to want to work and serve their country. People will become patriotic because, one, a country that is grounded on the foundation of the word of God and the fear of God is a country that will live to have significant impact in the lives of the citizens.
The vision bearer of Remnant Mothers Mission, Pastor Betty Odong, gives an insight on their Rwanda mission.
Chigala as the Remnant Mothers of Uganda, we are going to pray together, we are going to gather together, we are going to make a point that we are standing as Remnant Mothers, and we are launching Remnant Mothers globally and with one another, because Remnant Mother is global. We will go on launching everywhere.
The General Overseer of the National Fellowship of Born-Again Pentecostal Churches in Uganda, Archbishop Dr. Moses Odong, says they are dedicating the conference to God for peace to prevail in war-ravaged East African member states.
As these women, as I escort them, we are going to Rwanda as they launch the Remnant Mothers Global Mission. Their objective is also to pray for the peace of the region. They're going to be launching those prayers in Rwanda as they pray for South Sudan, as they pray for Congo, and as they pray for the whole of East Africa and Africa.
He, however, advised the men to always be supportive to women. Mwaeva Njuko and Viola Nasubuga.
Now, police in Kampala are hunting for a gang Bachifesi who attacked and beat Godfrey Muhirwa, a businessman in Deva. The victim is currently admitted at Nakasero Hospital, Kampala.
A prominent Endeavour businessman, Godfrey Muhirwa, who was recently beaten by a gang of thieves also known as Bachifesi, has been discharged from Nakasero Hospital where he was admitted on Tuesday. According to footage from surveillance CCTV cameras, he was attacked by a mob armed with sticks and stones. In the same footage, Muhirwa is picked from his workspace and dragged to a darker place where the unknown assailants continue to beat him. Muhirwa, who has been discharged from the hospital, told us about the difficult time he went through. According to the comments from the attackers, who repeatedly asked him to leave the land matters, he assumes the gang was hired by Stella Bossa Nannungi with whom he has a land dispute. He appealed to the lands minister Judith Nabakova, the state minister Sam Mayanja and other authorities to intervene. Kampala Metropolitan Police spokesman Patrick Onyango said the investigation into the attack is ongoing.
Was attacked by thugs as he was opening his shop. They badly beat him. Unfortunately, he was rushed to hospital and is currently receiving treatment. We have opened up a case at Katwe Police Station, a case of assault and the attempt and aggravated and robbery attempted robbery. So the case is being investigated.
The incident happened after a fight ensued between the two parties, as in our Saturday news bulletin. The two have been at loggerheads over a piece of land.
Now, workers for water and environment have successfully completed their task of walking 317 kilometers from Bulisa to Kampala while creating awareness on the benefits of conserving the environment. To receive them at the Ministry of Water and Environment was the line permanent secretary, Dr. Alfred Okoto-Kidi, who lauded the workers and the whole team for sacrificing for a cause such as conservation.
As it was planned, the 317-kilometer walk for water and environment from Bulisa to Kampala has been concluded, with participants making it to their last destination, the Ministry of Water and Environment. On their last day, the walkers started from Kawanda, went through various institutions, including yours truly, the national broadcaster, UBC premises. While at UBC, the team was treated to a guided tour by the corporation's public relations officer, Wilfred Senyange.
Like I said, TV is about creativity. You can see the different sets. The other one is Good Morning Uganda. That show you always watch in the morning. The other one is a set for our sports. This is also another set for other programs. Then here also we do a number of programs behind the headlines, the front page.
The team also got a chance to interact with some staff of UBC.
We have yes, so we communicate.
Some of them were seen seizing the opportunity to take pictures in the studios for future reference.
It's not a main task to walk on foot from Bulisa up to Kampala.
The other stopover was Makerere University Business School, MOBS.
The school for having chosen us as your stopover.
Soon, the workers were welcomed by a group of students from different schools who accompanied them from Chitintale to Luzira, the Ministry of Water and Environment. On their arrival, the team was welcomed by the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Water and Environment, Dr. Alfred Okot Okidi. Geoffrey Ayeni, the lead worker, gave an account of their experience gathered for the past 12 days of the walk from Bulisa to Kampala.
It has been a very hectic walk.
In his remarks, Dr. Okidi lauded the team for the well-delivered assignment of trekking over 300 kilometers while creating awareness on the need for environmental conservation.
This event is one of the main events to kick off our Uganda Water and Environment Week, and we are in the 8th edition that is officially going to be open on Monday. You are all welcome. We want to challenge ourselves and look for ways of making this country resilient.
Dr. Okidi also implored the youth to borrow a leaf from the workers and join in the struggle of conserving the environment for their own good.
Water is a catalyst for development. You need it for survival, and you need it for whatever economic activity you are going to undertake. While environment ensures your comfort and healthy living. Therefore, it is in your interest to make sure that these two resources that God has given to us is ably protected.
Dorcas Kimono, UBC News.
Now, over 200 million shillings has been disbursed by the Microfinance Support Center to support former sex workers, with 11 women groups, each consisting of 30 members, now economically empowered. The journey towards a brighter future has begun.
A groundbreaking initiative by the Microfinance Support Center is transforming the lives of former sex workers in Kampala, particularly those in Natete and Lubaga. The program is providing financial inclusion services, offering affordable credit and small grants to help these women transition from life on the streets to sustainable businesses. The head of Business Development Services at Microfinance Support Center, Hudson Ainamani, says the program aims to empowering women with financial resources and skills to build stable futures.
They answered the affirmative action, saying that if they can be supported financially, they can get out of the streets from selling themselves and come and start the business so that they can earn a living and also support their families. We trained them in an enterprise selection on how to start an enterprise. Then we went ahead, training them in financial literacy. We trained them in savings mobilization, and as we speak, they have already formed the Sacco.
These women faced immense challenges, many being single mothers with families to care for. They expressed their gratitude, saying that before the program, they had little hope for the future.
And I found out that they are not there by themselves, but they are there on the streets selling themselves because of conditions. And the major condition was that these sex workers, they are also single mothers. They have children they are looking after, but they are not able, they don't have source of income. And they go there to earn a living, but they don't like the business they are doing there.
Now many of them own small businesses, including restaurants, hair salons, and soft drink vending stalls. they can now provide for their children without returning to the streets.
Nampa million isatu. Yako inatandikira okukola kati byenkola. Denise sina munyo. Naye nimukemere.
Bura bulungi naye obulumi bukyaliwo obwo bwa fiizi z'abaana.
Naye kati ekitongole kyajja nekituyamba kine tufuna omulimu tufuna adress. Nendera nifuna ku mirembe nsobola kukyazako n'abantu bange.
Zonna tuzikolamu omulimu buli omu gw'aba ayagadde era bonna buli omu yakyusa obulamu bwe.
Okwongeramu ogaziwanga buli kye basaba nkirina.
Beyond financial support, the Microfinance Support Center has also provided capacity building training to 11 women's groups, equipping them with essential businesses and life skills.
Actually, they have started also creating jobs because the restaurant people, they are employing jobs, they are employing people, these people in salon, they are employing people. So it's not a simple thing. It will have a trickle down effect. So at the end of the day, we shall also go into other cities and towns to look for these ladies and encourage them to bring on board. And this one will be a model Sacco for them where they can come and learn and know that these ones did it, so they can also do it.
Charity Marion Imnat and Robert Bwaita.
Now, thank you both. Following the destruction of Kilembe Hospital by River Nyamwamba routine flooding in Kasese, government has now upgraded Rukungiri Health Center 6, in Kasese municipality to a hospital status.
Acting as the only health center serving a wide community population of Busongora South constituency in Kasese municipality, Dr. Masereka Abraham, the medical officer of Rukungiri Health Center 4, applauded government for upgrading the facility to a hospital status, saying the community has been underserved due to limited supplies and poor working conditions and limited working space. Dr. Masereka said most of the staff work under trees and verandas because of lack of enough infrastructure at the center and offer services above self.
We thank government for the support and the implementing partners and other stakeholders that has been there for us throughout our practice in protecting the public and health service delivery. Rukungiri Health Center 4 is a high volume health center 4 in the country. It serves a catchment population of 40,500 people. And we as the team, the health team, we have been serving under hardship. We have been serving the community under hardship. We have had the challenges of infrastructure.
He said the health center has been lacking supplies despite the overwhelming numbers of patients from all over the region, including Congolese nationals from Eastern DR Congo who crossed to Uganda to seek proper medical care.
Because we have large numbers vis-a-vis inadequate resource supplies. So we still advocate for your support. Even if we have been elevated to hospital level, we still need your support because the catchment population we serve is too big. We even serve people from neighboring districts, Lubirizi, others even come from Unyangabo, others come even from the city, from the Fort Portal city. I have seen them. Patients have come here. In a month here we operate over 400 patients.
He hailed government for the current ongoing infrastructure development undertaken by the UPDF Engineering Brigade that is constructing the outpatient block and doctor's house, both near completion. The district chairman, Muyindi Rifazi, thanked government for upgrading and renovating different health centers across the district, where several health centers have been lifted to health center 3s. He said Kasese has been having only one general hospital located at the border of Uganda and DRC and has been overcrowded, and now with a second general hospital in place, the community will get health service in totality.
In the area of health, we are progressing on very well. You know, Kasese district bordering with the DRC, there has always been influx of people from the DRC, and we have been having a challenge of notorious diseases like Ebola and the other Mpox and other diseases. But our staff have been well equipped, they are skilled enough in addressing this challenge. So government has gone ahead to upgrade our health centers. Some of the health centers have been upgraded and they have been equipped to functional capacity. Our general hospital in Wera, we have had a unit that is catering for the children, the prematures who are born, and we have even put there a hostel for the parents who will be caring for these young ones, and we are progressing on very well.
Stephen Kalisha compiled this report for UBC.
Come on, mo pocket, tambula about the street, issues are my target. We are what? Unstoppable. We are what? Unstoppable. I'm in a plantation, but on a global mission, internet ambition, full condition. We are what? Unstoppable. We are what? Unstoppable. Oro cash is gone, netaga yo karoni, nigga mukafoni, money in the zone. We are what? Unstoppable. We are what? Unstoppable. We are good.
With you and MTN together, our ambition is unstoppable.
We are what? Unstoppable!
And into the world of business, Lakeside Dairies, one of Uganda's largest milk processors, has initiated the establishment of depots across the country to increase access for their milk products. Let's hear more in this report.
The wait is over and milk consumers have a reason to celebrate. Lakeside Dairies has launched a campaign to open depots nationwide, easing access to their products and promoting wider consumption.
So it has been made easier for everyone to come and obtain the product as from the factory. It is fresh and all the products are here, running from yogurt, all sizes, if you want a pouch, if you want a cup.
Beyond improving accessibility, the initiative is set to create employment opportunities for Ugandans by establishing and staffing these depots.
Employment actually is one of the most targets, because now if a depot is opened, it means people have to be employed to work in a place. So it means maybe 3 or 4 lucky ones will obtain an opportunity to work in a place like this.
Currently, Uganda's per capita milk consumption stands at 63 liters, far below the 200 liters recommended by the World Health Organization.
So if more depots are being opened, then many will have an access to reach the product at the easiest point. So it means if they are being opened, surely the production will increase. That means the sale will increase.
I will just make sure I go to those deep areas where other distributors don't reach, and I make sure I create that market and that relationship between me and those customers who don't get time to come to town to buy our products. So I will make sure I'll reach there.
As demand increases, farmers will be encouraged to produce high-quality milk in larger quantities, ensuring that supply meets the growing need for dairy processing.
So them bringing the amount that we need, it's not a question, it's not a challenge. They are always doing that and on time, because the payment is always there and it is clear.
Now, still in business, Bank of Uganda has called for the need for financial transparency in operations to minimize risks of financial losses and fraudulent cases. This was during the handover of the first ever certificate license to Sacco, the largest Sacco in Western Uganda.
With more than 16.5 billion in savings returns by 2024, Sacco becomes the first ever licensed microfinance business recognized by Bank of Uganda.
Being the first Sacco in the country to be regulated by Bank of Uganda, this is a historic achievement, and in that respect, I would like to take this opportunity to thank the entire management team of Bank of Uganda this transformation process into a large Sacco under MDI Act 2003, ushered in a new era for Ebo Sacco to be regulated by Bank of Uganda. And this necessitated that we change the way we have been doing things for the last 30 years.
Joseph Mugume, the Ebo Sacco executive, was very strong on their regulatory and certification.
As Ebo, of course, the last 30 years, and even the due diligence that was done by BOU, the fit and proper test that was carried out amongst the senior management team and the board of directors, all of us actually passed. And we have full 9 departments which are there to manage some of these risks. We have a risk and compliance department. We have credit department, which is also there. We have operations and IT department, which is also robust enough. We have a legal department, which is also there.
The Deputy Governor, Bank of Uganda, Professor Augustus Nwagawa, reminded Ebo Sacco managers of the strict registration rules and risk management.
Speaking on behalf of the Bank of Uganda is requesting you one simple thing, and this is that really we want it to be the role model for many other circles, because we shall hesitate, isn't it? As a bank, we may hesitate to now license more, even when they have fulfilled all regulations and requirements, because of the now bad practices that you are now engaged in, and you don't want to do that.
The issuance of the microfinance certificate by Bank of Uganda to Ebo Sacco is the first of its kind. However, the managers realize the hard task ahead on loan risk management. Cayenne Faith, Komagum Rogers for UBC.
And lastly, sharp conflicts have erupted in Kagando village, Rukindo ward, Mbarara city south, following the disappearance of millions of shillings from Kagando Bataka to Weyambi Association.
Despite attempts by Mbarara city leaders since last year to mediate alleged financial abuse involving Kagando Bataka to Weyambi Association and the Sacco's treasurer Muhanji Julius, there has not been any headway, as has Muhanji reportedly continued to defy directives from the accountability.
Yachankalanya sente zaffe ne sekurutale go bayitani ayabambiru Alex yachankalanya sente zaffe tatagara kutubalira bitabo byaffe ebyekibina
ati nutwebuza tumukorere tugira mu office zona zanankaso ntumshaba government tuyambe yebe tatuyambiri aba bantu bona ntubasa kugira cyo kore kurenga.
The conflict intensified when one of Muhanji's allies narrowly escaped being lynched by irate members. The group, which has been contributing funds for 7 years to grow the association, demanded financial records for auditing in July last year but faced resistance.
Twagala sente zaffe atubalire sente zaffe bwekuba nga tugenda kuyingira mu Sacco tujigendemu nga tuli bamalirivu n'okukiriziganya n'omutima ogwo
tinkusiba ni mpaka so omuzi gwasirinje 15 nkabura kugura omwonyo wanje nkabura kugura sabuno wanje nkazito mu kibina haziyokiza kuza kuzi
Muhanji tukamutora nko mbichu witu twamwesiga buri omwe memba wona yamwesiga konka tumuyire mutwayo mu wesige akwesente zitu akazirya ntumujangwa tubare bitabo takwenda hati urwo busaso butwini.
Their contributions had enabled them to purchase tents, chairs and generator meant to generate income, yet members claim they have never benefited from these assets. They allege being denied access to these items during meetings and social functions. Adding to the tension, the group's bank account holding 18 million shillings has been coveted due to the ongoing disputes.
Mwene hatu baika point yo kutwima ebintu ebyitu ebitwayigurira mu sente zitu kubikozesa. Mwene hati nibenda iteka tugerezo koza office zona mu mateka tukagakora tara kaba katubuzugwe kuyambibwa ati tukore
nyowe wa RDC ndagireyo RDC yamugambira barebitabo by'abantu yarema mwene minister Kasoro n'aba minister bandi barebe obusasi bw'omuntu orukuhinga omuzi.
Twinamatsiko Hakim, the assistant RCC from Barara City South, confirmed plans to arrest those implicated, citing their continued defiance of directives.
We advise them again to account for the monies, but unfortunately they have failed to account for the monies. Now, in an event that they fail to account, the law will take its course.
The community awaits a resolution, hoping for the accountability and justice to restore trust within the association.
Twagala sente zaffe na bitabo byaffe atubalye tumuveeko.
Now, lastly, at least 425 badminton players from over 30 schools are taking part in this year's Tiber Schools Badminton Tournament. Let's hear more in this report.
An association, because this is in schools is where we start our badminton, is where we start our game. So for us, in terms of our objective of badminton development, it starts here. So we are very, very grateful, and we are hoping that we continue with Tiber schools, and we can continue to grow the sport.
This badminton tournament will surely help me in the future, and I've already won one match, hoping to win the others. And I'm eager to do more badminton tournaments like this. This will surely help me.
So glad to attend the Tiber Schools tournament, the day-to-day. I hope these tournaments will help us improve on our confidence while playing.
This badminton tournament has changed. I've become better. I think this can help me many ways. I hope I win a medal because it's my first time.
I wanna get at least a medal because it's my first ever tournament. I wanna have a good experience, and at least I improve on myself on the next tournament that's coming.
We are players, and it has been a while since we've played, but I think even if we do not go back with medals, I think we're gonna go back with a new mindset and a different way of how to play the sport and how to train the students at Tiber International to play the sport as well, and we'll come back stronger for the next tournament.
Well, that's all we had time for. Thank you so much for keeping with us right from 8 o'clock until now. My name is Patricia Lokoma Mpango. Yusuf Senyomo has been with us on Sign Language. It's a good night.
UBC, inspiring Uganda. UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Black market weapons. Yeah, umesota aje na kichwa na mashilingi kanimboga aje kuna forms untaje kanivasu nkanze weni crosswe mwenda zake utatoa dimshande kwa mbosho before ni kushanda fande mbuzi ndo rende mziki ndo mboka lazima ni henge niko na pembe tumeungo si beef kisenge marapa ni wengi walevi buzz kushare lazima ni common ufinye vipate ni hormones niko straight lakini ni combo wafuasi wa mbuzi kwa kondo uko hai ukubaki kwa condom flow iligo ni shali bahongo napika na chemsha bongo mara datu sharudi kwa dongo neza beba game yote kwa gongo OCC Cairo ni doki nina shit wezi jaza kwa poti
kiatu toja chupa sitna waka waka gode kipitishwa sitna washa ati mnatubonga kwetu ni no wahala sani siku shore nataka dawa wa nite adamu napendanga hawa manzini wako na chini anagawa wa haka ni pilo nasikia kulala wa nite adamu napendanga hawa manzini wako na chini anagawa wa haka ni pilo nasikia kulala
wanataka hiyo reti si wapi ten ni the GO18 na mbuzi gang drip wadhina bado ni Gucci man bila yam Shakespeare nikishika pen
freaking sell DJ Santos. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and YouTube at DJ Santos the 256.
walisema next year hukijana buzi top hizi chats this year wanafurahi kunsikia wanajunisha kwa TV na mamati kani rap check CV na masat ula pinde place nimekuja na pasat furthermore pia tuko na foolish you never seen a nigga really clever like that
kiatu toja chupa sitna waka gode kipitishwa sitna washa ati mnatubonga kwetu ni no
It's the freaking cell, DJ Santos, the 256.
My baby mama at daycare. I got a ball for Peter. Let's go. All of my balls are legal. I used to sell the reefer. Now I just sell Adidas. Been had to roll it. Been ate baloney. Just closed on the Cali crib. Run the corner from Coke. Property. I'm trying to invest. Talking Monopoly, I'm trying to encourage you to run up a check.
It's the freaking cell, DJ Santos. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube at DJ Santos the 256.
I used to try right in front of you, nigga, selling doja like Dunkin' and this is a windmill. I smell like 10 mil. Put all my chains on. I cause a wind chill. I hit a Renzel. Went over details. Got out some young niggas.
It's the freaking cell, DJ Santos, the problem.
It's time to buy back the block. Buy back the block. It's time to buy back the hood. Buy back the hood. It's time to buy back the hood. Buy back the hood. It's time to buy back the hood. Buy back the hood. I'm about to buy back the hood. Buy back the hood.
I sold 10 bricks a day, but now I need 10 Chick-fil-A's. Just bought 2 studios, cause I got so much to say. I make $1 million, man, and I'm so hustle.
Saturday morning, jumped out of bed, put on my best suit, got in my car, raced like a jet, all the way to you. Knocked on your door with heart in my head to ask you a question.